Let us close our eyes and pray. Father God, your children is gathered. Lord, there is nothing good that you've done in your sight. May you forgive us our sins and cleanse us from all unrighteousness. We can invite thy divine presence to be with us now. Speak to our hearts and our minds, O Lord, that your name will be glorified and we shall be saved. In Jesus' mighty name we pray and surrender all. Amen. In our scripture, Numbers chapter 20. Numbers chapter 20, verse 5. And it reads, "And wherefore have you made us to come out of Egypt, to bring us into this evil place? It is a place of seed, it is a place of no seed, of figs, or vines, or pomegranates. Neither is there any water to drink." May the good Lord bless his word.
Amen.
Every son of church, we welcome you all.
Our precious Father in heaven, we would like to come before your throne of mercy, only through the merits of Jesus Christ, by whom we have been saved through his death on the cross at Calvary. Lord, we are thankful for you have led each one of us to come to this place of worship. I know that during the week we will come through trials and temptations, challenges, sickness. But we thank you for you have given us strength to be here. Lord, there are those who have wanted to be here as well, but they couldn't make it today because of the cares of this world and any other circumstances which you know. I pray for them that wherever they are, bless them and be with them in this Holy Sabbath. Lord, you have appointed one to speak on your behalf. As she shall speak, may you open our hearts so that we may receive from you what which you have prepared. For we want to be better Christians than what we were when we come to this place. Lord, forgive us of all our sins which we have committed, and cleanse us from all unrighteousness. Give us power to hate sin and to be more like you. Lord, you know us in our different age groups in this place, from the elderly down to the youngest person in this house. May you bless us. The times are dead and the hours are evil. We seek for your protection from now on until you come again. This is our humble prayer. In Jesus' name we always pray. Amen.
Jonah was sent by God to go to the land of Nineveh to go and spread God's word. But Jonah was scared to go to the land of Nineveh. He thought that the people would not listen to the land of Tarshish. So he disobeyed God. On his way to the land of Tarshish, God sent a big storm. And the sailors were scared. They were scared. They started asking help from their gods. What shall we do? So then they went to ask Jonah, why is there a big storm? And then Jonah told them that God had sent me to the land of Nineveh to go and spread his word, but I decided not to go there. So they asked him, so what shall we do? And then Jonah told them that they should throw him in the sea. So they threw him in the sea, as you can see here. They threw him in the sea. And then, as soon as they threw him in the sea, there was no storm, it was calm. And then Jonah was swallowed by a big fish. He was in the belly of the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. Yeah, while he was in the belly of the fish, he started praying and asked God for help. So God answered his prayer, and then the fish vomited Jonah on a dry land. So this story teaches us that we should trust and obey. We should trust in God. We should trust in Him, and we should obey what He tells us to do. Can someone please pray for us? Can Talia pray for us?
Amen. I greet the church in the name of our wonderful Savior Jesus Christ this morning. Amen. Today it's Yawm Emphasis Day, which means it's Young Adventist Women. Thank you, Sister Vivian. She's a Young Adventist woman. Thank you for taking the initiative to share the children's sermon. I want to challenge the Yawm to say this is where it begins. We mustn't wait until somebody is married or somebody is 25 or they've had a 21st birthday. We ought to nurture our children as young as they are. Everybody's got a purpose in the house of God to spread the gospel. The more we teach them as young as they are, the more the gospel is going to be shared. Amen. Amen. Right, I want us to open 2 verses. The first scripture is Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4. And then the second scripture is going to be Numbers 20, verse 1 to 5. So keep your arms on both scriptures. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5. It says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one. From Kadesh to Canaan does Jesus came this morning." Kadesh is where we are right now. Kadesh is our present. Yet our anticipated destination is Canaan. Kadesh is not a blessing to us, but it is a learning curve as we soldier on to our promised land, which is Canaan. Our problem is that we confuse Kadesh and Canaan. Canaan and Kadesh are different. If you look at the geographical state, they are different. If you look at them, they've got different circumstances. Our problem is that we pitch tents in Kadesh, yet we are supposed to be in a moving state. We pitch our permanent structures, yet our focus is supposed to be Canaan. Does Jesus came this morning from Kadesh to Canaan? Let us close our eyes as we pray. Father God, your children have assembled emanating with you. May your Holy Spirit be amongst us. Lord, may you forgive us when we ate in the week, even this morning up to this point in time. And in a special way, Lord, speak to our hearts and our minds. In Jesus' name we pray and we surrender all. You know, in the hospitality industry, you don't sit and pay the bill, then you decide to have coffee, then you decide to have dessert, then you have main course, then you go to a middle course, and then you with your starters. That's not how it operates. And the hospitality industry, you start with something small. It could be a soup, it could be grapes, it could be olives, something that will open the valves, which is called the umami flavors. This is not where our ceremony is going to be. So we had our soup in the morning when we were speaking about the new start. Then we had our middle course when we had our lesson studies. Now, this is our main course. But you make sure we are going to be there for the dessert. That's where we're sitting the dough. Ne? Right. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4, it says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one." As we move along life, challenges vary, circumstances vary, but our God is one and is constant. As we scout for Canaan, says, let me tell you, you are going to meet the giants of life. One may ask, how are we going to defeat the giants? The problem is not the giants. The problem is in us, because our God is constant and our God is one. He is the beginning and he is the end. In Egypt, there were gods. In Egypt, there were different circumstances. But the God who owns the heavens and the earth, he made sure that his children of Israel left Egypt. As we move along life from Kadesh to Canaan, the question is, does Jesus came this morning? We cannot talk about Kadesh without talking about Egypt. Let us look at Exodus chapter 1. When we look at Exodus chapter 1, we are introduced to the Israelites. The Israelites are in the land of Egypt. That does not make them Egyptians. They are Israelites. The history does not begin with chains. We are introduced to the fact that there is a new king who has taken over. But this king does not know what Joseph has done. He does not know how the Israelites came to be in the land of Egypt. Therefore, let us not concentrate on the enemy, but let us focus our eyes on the one who is constant and the one who always beats us. Suffering and pain will always come to us. But saints, this morning, do not forget your roots. You are a royal priesthood, a holy nation, and as such, treat yourself like that. Numbers chapter 20, verse 1 to 5. Then came the children of Israel, even the whole congregation, into the desert of Zin. And the first month, and the people abode in Kadesh. And Miriam died there, and she was buried there. And there was no water for the congregation. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron. And the people charged with Moses and spake, saying, would God that we had died when our brethren died before the Lord. And why have you brought up the congregation of the Lord into the wilderness, that we and our cattle should die there? And wherefore have you made us to come out of Egypt, to bring us into this evil place? It is no place of seed, or of figs, or of vines, or pomegranates, neither is there any water to drink. In the book Numbers chapter 1 to verse 5, we are introduced to a family. There is Moses, there is Aaron, and there is Miriam. These were siblings. We are told, if you read the Bible, you find out that Aaron was 3 years older than Moses. And Miriam was also older because she was watching Moses while the Egyptian boys were killed at that time. If you read the SOP, Patriarchs and Prophets, it speaks about Moses being married to Zipporah. Numbers chapter 12 verse 1 introduces Zipporah, who happens to be Moses' wife, as a Cushite. However, Zipporah was not a Cushite. She was a Midianite because she was the descendant of Abraham. The spirit of prophecy says she was dark-skinned, she was a true worshiper of God, she was gently and affectionate. If you read further on page 149, chapter 2, the spirit of prophecy says Moses' marriage was displeasing to Miriam. Saints, this morning I want to speak to the brothers in the house. Brothers, marriage is a covenant or a contract between you and your wife and God. No one else must have a say. That is a sacred, it's a sacred convocation. No one else must have a say. You find brothers who have married sisters when they were still young, slim, no wrinkles, flat tummy. But as they journey along life, when the descendants of this family has grown, the brother starts to notice that the sister has got a bulging tummy. The brother starts noticing that they are not firm anymore. The brother starts noticing the smaller ones and the flat tummy ones. But since there is no guarantee that in marriage 100% happiness is guaranteed, because we are in the movement of Kadesh to Canaan. So that means the storms of life will come to us. That means we're going to face trials and temptations as husbands and wives. However, it is essential for the husband to groom the wife. When the two get married, the wife is called the bride, and on the day, the husband is called the groom. Which means the grooming lies with the husband to the wife. If you want your wife to be a certain way, then that responsibility lies with the husband. Groom your wife to be what you want her to be. And saints, if the two of you continue to water, this should, I promise you, you have fruits at the end of the day. But if you look at your wife and you start comparing her to somebody else, you have missed the mark. From Kadesh to Canaan, does Jesus came. However, this does not settle with the brothers. Probably the brothers feel that I'm attacking them. Let us look at the sisters. The husband in the family is the priest of the home. He deserves the respect. You find a wife running away from a rat, yet she's got the guts to stand in the husband and says, you are not going to touch me. From Kadesh to Canaan does Jesus came. This morning I'm challenging the brothers and I'm challenging the sisters. Moses and Aaron were family men. They were peace of their home. The responsibility of the family worship lied with them. Do we today, at this present day, here in Cape Town, Somerset West Congregate, do we hold family worship at high esteem? Train up a child in the way he should go. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. Train them up to be honest. Train them up to trust in God. And in practicality, we have to gather the family to teach them to pray. You know, parents, you agree with me that children have got this trust and belief in us as parents, that my dad will do so and so, my mommy can do so and so. You know, growing up as a child, I'll remember I'll go and ask for money from my parents, and they'll say they have no money. That didn't make sense, because I believed they could provide. So this morning, saints, I'm saying, when our little ones come and ask for money, if we do not have, let us tell them we do not have. And they must understand that. We mustn't go out of our way to get into debt so that my child can have a lollipop at school. That is wrong, upbringing. Let us speak to the youth this morning, still on the little ones. Let us teach them and cultivate a culture of that when we give money, you ask them, what are you going to do with your money? And in that, we've got an opportunity to instill that they have to give a portion to the Lord. In that, we can cultivate the seed of giving tithes and offering while they are still young, such that when they are older, when they are husbands, when they are wives, the church will be still looked after. Let us look at the youth this morning. You may wonder, when am I going to get married? Probably you are the sister in the church and you are wondering, where am I going to get married? Jesus cares. Why not cast your burdens in the Lord this morning? Come and cry unto him. There is no way and there is no reason for you to go out of your way and fornicate such that you can show that the brother that you love him. Brothers, there is no way you are going to be happy in marriage if you start now saying, show me how you love me before marriage. That is meant for married couples. From Kadesh to Canaan, remember, we are moving. From Kadesh to Canaan. God says this morning, fear not, stand still and observe. The children of Israel had been in Egypt for some time. They had suffered a lot of strife, a lot of abuse, and God wanted to release his children. And he says, finally, the king at that time gives them the guarantee that they can leave. As they were working out, they didn't know how they were going to make it because they had to pass through the Red Sea. When they stood at the Red Sea, God asked Moses, what is in your hand? The wood does not have a part in making the waters separate. Wood does not have effect in water. As life presses on, as you cry unto the Lord, and the Lord is asking, what is in your hand? Try and find out what is in your hand. What is it that you can use to move forward? As we approach the waters of life, use the little that God has given in your hand. Leaving Egypt does not guarantee arrival and does not guarantee possession, but it teaches us that no provision of life is present. Mistake is running after provision and turning our backs to the provider. Your provision can be provided by the enemy. And when you receive, you have no right to say, God has provided. Remember, sometimes our possessions, they build walls between us and our God. And saints, this morning, as we move from Kadesh to Canaan, I challenge the church to look at God, who is the provider. In him, provision is guaranteed. And the movement, Miriam died. Some of us will die long before God comes. Does Jesus take